I'm back. I'm biased, I'm bothered, and I am always unfiltered. If you are easily offended, this is not the place for you. But you still haven't managed to worthy up. Not to worry, let's get into this mess. Happy special Forces Day to everybody around the world who celebrates. I do hope you managed to get your cards out on time because the day we have been waiting for has finally arrived. And I, for one, was not disappointed. But other than Jessie, Eve, and Teresa, I've no idea who the other people are. Apart from KODY, of course, who is literally the only reason I'm watching this show. So there's 18 celebrities, and we find out that a couple of them do actually have a family member with them. So these people are on a bus, right? And then it's just hijacked and they're having this black hood put over their head and then they're being reefed outside of a bus in Morocco. So we're finding out, okay, that we're going to be divided into two groups. I love that, okay? I love that they're dividing them up so early. Now there's loads of shouting going on. So we're finding out about the two groups. One is going to be Team Bravo and the Special Forces people in charge of them is going to be Foxes and Q, and one of them is going to be Team Alpha, and their special forces people are going to be Billy and Rudy. Now, the headgear is just being pulled off of these people, and it's Teresa first, and they're just telling this woman that she's stupid. Now, I've no idea why. Now, this is one of the people that have a family member with them. So, her daughter is there, and her name is Gia. She's kind of getting like a confessional, right? So, she is saying that usually she has her mother's back, but basically not this time around because it's every person for themselves because these are on different teams, right? So we're hearing from the married couple. They're called Andrew and Sean. She's a gymnast, by the way. These are also on different teams. Now he's worried about it and she reckons it's all going to be grand. And then we get him, okay, we get KODY. And the hood is just pulled off of his head, right? And Billy says, how old are you? And KODY says, I'm 57. And this guy goes, fucking hell. Now, I don't know if he had such a reaction because KODY does look more like, kind of late 60s, like in his age. Or whether he was just like, 57. That's fairly old to be doing this kind of show. I don't know, but I did appreciate the reaction anyway. I enjoyed it. So we're here from KODY. Now he lets us know before he says anything that he is going to be sexist, right? Now he wants us to know that women just want love and men just want respect. And I thought, why can it not be both, KODY, you gobshite? Why can't you not like love and respect a person regardless of their gender? So he says like he doesn't care if you love him. And I thought, good, KODY, because I'm pretty sure your kids feckin' hate you. So he just cares about the respect, I thought. Tough blow, Coaster, tough blow. I'm pretty sure you're not getting any of that from them either. Anyway, now Jussie is getting his hood taken off him. Now he's kind of getting a little confessional, right? So he's telling us that basically he's a victim, right? Because the public people were calling him a liar. Anyway, we're getting to see, the guy that KODY was on the red carpet with Johnny. We're getting to see him again. So now he's getting the hood like pulled off his head, right? But apparently this guy has diabolically bad, like smelly breath. I thought, fucking hell, give him a chance. Also, he's on the telly. How embarrassing. Anyway, there's loads of sporty people here. I have no idea who they are, right? I think they're probably basketball players, footbally people. No idea. Also don't care. But one of them does have a very bad attitude, right? So the rest of the team have to crawl through the muck, right? I thought they're really trying to make these like hate each other already. So not only do they have to crawl through the muck, now they're doing like this face press up in the muck, and the camera is zooming right in on KODY's skin band. But like he's not doing the face push up properly, so he's just grabbed by his little tuft of hair and he's having his face shoved into the mucky water. I was howling watching this thing. Anyway, now they all have to get changed because they're soaking. But unfortunately, I didn't get to see KODY naked. And I thought, oh, I really want to see that. So get that guy on naked, I'm afraid. I wasn't happy that I didn't get to see him in his nip. But you know what I was happy about? I've realised that KODY has no lips. And you know the way Robin has no lips. So I was taking the damn kiss, right? But there's nothing to soften the blow, so they're just going to be headbutting each other. I thought you'd want to be careful, KODY. There's power behind Robin's neck. Anyway, so their initiation is over, okay? and now we're going to repel out of a helicopter. And some of these people are nervous, right? So we're finding out about their mission. So they have to get to an abandoned village, okay? And then they have to get their supplies uphill to the extracting point. Now, Team Alpha is Cody's team, and Team Bravo is Teresa's team. Now, at this stage, they're both doing pretty crap, right? Repelling from the helicopter. So it's Cody's turn, right? He's number 4, and apparently he did a good effort. And then we're getting this confessional from Cody in his blue silk shirt. I'm telling you, it's so weird, like seeing this guy off the show, right? So he's basically telling us that he is Andrew Tate of the polygamy world, right? Because he lets us know that to do hard things is to be a good man. I thought, Cody, have you ever heard of Ed Kemper? That guy could do all the hard things. He was built like a fucking combined harvester. He could do all the hard things, right? That doesn't mean shit because he was not a good man. He wasn't a good son. He literally just wasn't even a good human being. Like being able to do hard things means shit. It doesn't mean anything, you know? Anyway, Cody says that he needs proof of who he is. I thought, Cody, do you know what? I'll give you all the proof you need, love. You're Robin Brown's husband and you are her lapdog. That is exactly who you are. Anyway, now Teresa has to repel from the helicopter and she also does well. So everybody who has repelled is kind of standing down looking up at the helicopters because there's only one person left in each helicopter. So it's Johnny left in Cody's team, right? Now he does a good job. And it's Brittany left in Teresa's team, but she does a crap job, right? She does absolutely crap. So anyway, we're in the village and we're moving supplies. And we find out that this is going to be a race and the fastest team is going to win something, but we don't know what yet. But we do get another confessional from Cody, and he wants his kids to see that he can do the impossible. I tell Cody, literally the only thing that you have to do is to pick up the phone and say hello. You fucking idiot, you. They don't want to see you on the telly. Well, they probably do, but they also just want you to pick up the phone as well, you know. Anyway, Cody's team, their job is to move grain, right? These big bags of grain. And Cody is letting us know that he not only can lift this grain, but he can lift it and run with it because he's taking it off a guy called Mark. He's such an idiot, he really is. He's not conserving any energy, and I know because his boobies are dripping with sweat. You are an absolute another gobshite. Anyway, so far Cody's team is actually in the lead. And we're getting confessionals from different people. So this time it's from Jussie Smollett, right? And apparently he doesn't mind taking orders, but he doesn't want to be shouted at. And now Jesse Smollett is telling us all about the respect because he says that he does not like to be disrespected. I tell you, what the hell is it with these stupid men and the respect? I'm telling you, him and Cody are gonna clash. They're so alike. These two are gonna butt heads. I hope they are anyway. Now the Britney girl is doing crap again, right? She's doing crap. Now Johnny is telling us, right, in his kind of little confessional, that he's more of a golfer now than a football player. So he's finding it very difficult because he doesn't work out as much as he used to do. Anyway, Team Alpha does actually win. Now, Cody is telling Johnny, who's kind of like, he's having a bit of a hard time because he's just not as fit as he used to be. So Cody is telling Johnny, right? Deep breaths, Johnny. Calm down. Well, Foxy is having none of that, right? And he says to Cody, shut the fuck up. And I appreciated that so much, okay? I really did. Because you know that Cody is looking at this guy, right, Foxy, and he's thinking, oh yeah, Foxy, he's the man's man. So I was delighted that Foxy said that to him, you know. Anyway, we find out that the team that win, they get a lift home, and basically the others, they're just gonna have to run home, okay? Because like they're gonna have to start eliminating these people, otherwise the show would go on forever. So Brittany says that she's going to have a panic attack. I tell Cody, you're needed. Get your arse over here and carry this woman. Where the hell is the staircase? Anyway, as the losing team are running back, Brittany is like, nah, I'm out. But fair play to her, like, she gave it a go. So we're in the car with the winners, right, on the way home. And we have this exchange between Cody and Johnny. Actually, it's not even an exchange, right? It's literally just Cody. Because Cody is telling Johnny, right, that he has to calm down and like to breathe. Because this guy is saying like that he has like a bit of a pain or whatever, right? Because they're at the being doing like loads of stuff carrying this grain. And Cody then decides to tell this man, like, deep breaths, breathe, breathe. I love the quarterbacks. I know you do, Cody. We all know that you do. Anyway, we're home like in this base where they're gonna be staying. It's very basic. It's like if you were camping in hell. That's basically what it's like, right? So now these losers are back, right? And everybody is going outside to the outdoor kind of hell. Now Foxy is telling everybody how useless they are. And he calls Teresa, right? Now Teresa is getting a job. So she's gonna have to be the toilet cleaner. But she doesn't moan, right? She just says okay. So Billy is letting them all know that Brittany is an absolute utter loser and that she just left, right? So they all know that she's gone. So we're inside of what I can only describe as a camp from hell. And Teresa is telling the other people, like, if you have to go to the toilet, let me know because that's my job. And Jesse says that the moment he's asked to clean the toilet, he's not going to do it, okay? He's not going to be doing any of that. I thought, you know what, Jesse? You shouldn't have said that out loud. You should not. So they're all chilling, like, in the room and talking about the day's experience. And I'm looking at Cody's hair, right? Now, I was wondering, did Cody actually have a hair plugs? Did he have hair plugs that perhaps didn't take? Because this does not look natural to me at all. I actually know somebody who got a hair transplant. Oof, it's so bad. It looks like it was kind of like tattooed onto his head because it's just a straight line. Now, they went to Turkey to get it done. It didn't take the first time. And then they came home. They were told, Jesus, that's fierce bad looking. So they went back. You know, you put your hand out to be slapped. Like, he went back and he got it done again. Anyway, I was actually wondering, did Cody, like, get hair plugs? Because it just doesn't look natural at all. Also, I do actually want more hair plugs. I want him to go to Turkey and to bring us all with him so I can see him getting like a hair transplant. I'd watch it. I guarantee it we would all watch it. Anyway, so they're in this kind of like their base, right? And they're talking about how the special forces people just want to break them down, right? Because they're going to be looking out for their weakness. And Cody says, like the tabloids. I was thinking, brilliant. Now I know that you do actually read like what's written about you. Anyway, Jesse, right, is getting his toilet roll and he's going to the toilet. I thought this is the most random thing. Imagine just picking up a roll of toilet roll. And for like you have to bear in mind, right? That there's a load of cameras there. Imagine just like going out like with your toilet roll to have a shite in the middle of Morocco. Oh, I love it. Anyway, Cody calls him over, right? And Cody says, "What's your name?" And Jesse says, "Ah, hey, like it's Jesse." And Cody says, "Ah, hey, what's your full name?" So he tells Cody, right, that his name is Jesse Smollett. I think is the way he pronounced it. But Jesse is not happy about any of this, right? So he goes outside and he's telling Eve, Cody asked me as like for my full name. So now Jesse thinks that Cody is up to something because he asked the full name. I knew these two were gonna bump heads. I knew they were. But as the camera is panning out, okay, I see Cody, and Cody is saying a second chance. He's talking about Jesse. So I believe that Cody knows who Jesse is. I thought Cody people in glass houses, you know. But I am looking forward to seeing like how it's going to play out between these two. I guarantee you these are going to get into a bitch fight. I hope so anyway. So anyway, it's late at night and like the people are just like in their base and the special forces people are talking about like what happened during the day and they're talking about some of the contestants. So apparently they're not sure about Jesse, right? They can't get a feel on this guy. But I think like these people already dislike Teresa. I'm not really sure why. I don't know why, but I just get that impression, like the way they're going on. But like she did everything that she was asked to do, so I'm not sure why. But they do reckon that Johnny is falling apart both mentally and physically. So they're gonna call this guy in to have a talk with him. Now apparently Johnny was a bit of a legend. I don't know anything about that. But Johnny is deciding that he wants to have a shower, right? But that's kind of too bad because he's being brought in like for the talk. I was wondering, do you reckon they're allowed to get changed or like to get dried, you know, before they have to put their clothes on? So these special versus people, okay, basically just tell the guy like to get out of the shower. So he's brought in, okay, and they're talking to Johnny, and they're basically saying, right, you're a bit of a loser, Johnny. Like you did crap today, and we're finding out about Johnny. Now, apparently he was very successful very quickly, and I think he was quite young, right? So he didn't really take it seriously. He was just out like doing all the partying, and he feels like he messed up his whole career in football, and he got into a really dark place. But the special forces people are saying to him, I think this will be great therapy for you. And I thought, is it really? You basically just told the guy he's a loser. Anyway, Johnny comes back and the other people want to know what happened. And he says, it's not that bad. Like, they want to get to know you, you know? Now, this guy, Johnny, right, he's chattered. He just wants to go asleep. So, anyway, finally, everybody gets into bed, and I see Cody Brown well, sorry, sitting there, okay, with sellotape over his mouth. I was thinking, what? So I was wondering, does he snore? Like, does he snore and he didn't want to be waking the people up? Oh my God, can you imagine? Like, listening to Cody Brown snoring. Oh my goodness. Anyway, nobody is going to get a bit of rest, right? Because these people are all about to be getting woken up. And now, like, they're just brought outside at night time in Morocco after, like, what I can only imagine was a very exhausting day. And these lunatics are sprinting back and forth, but like jumping into the water. I thought that'll wake them up like fairly quickly because they have them doing all sorts, right? They're jumping, they're doing press ups, everything, right? But Cody, like, by the time he ran out, he didn't have time to like tie his shoe, and this guy like is just screaming at him. Okay, now you know the way Cody has like kind of bit of a spring in his step. You know the way he has like a bit of a twinkle toe going on. So he's doing these kind of like little jumps, which I enjoy it anyway. So the special forces people have now decided to start shouting, okay, and saying to the people like, who's gonna be next? Who's gonna be leaving? Because you all have your paycheck. My hand would have shot up. My hand would have shot up into the air. I telling you, I'd have been gone. So now these people are going back into bed to finally have a sleep because they must be absolutely and utterly shattered. Can you imagine? Anyway, I do want to ask you, right? Let me know if you want to continue with the Special Forces recap, and also if you want to know about the other people. I can't be arsed finding out more about them, okay? So it's just the people kind of Cody adjacent, right? People in that little circle. Anyway, that is our recap. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, go ahead and hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.